In an interview published in the Wall Street Journal this week, a Republican representative representing Florida's 3rd Congressional District in the U.S. House of Representatives, a woman by the name of Kat Cammack, she told the story about how last year, in May, 5 weeks pregnant, as she discovered that she had an ectopic pregnancy, and doctors told her that because of this, if this sac ruptures, you will die. That is what they told her. That is what she reported to the Wall Street Journal. If something happens here, if anything happens, which is a very high probability, you're going to die. So Cammack at the time said, okay, we got to go through with the procedure to get rid of the ectopic pregnancy. But the doctors in the state of Florida told her, whoa, not so fast there, Miss Republican Representative. Your party passed a law in our state that actually, kind of says we can't do this because, one, the law does not define ectopic pregnancy. And if we perform the necessary abortion so that you can live, we may go to jail. So we're just not going to do it. Your party did that, by the way. Well, Cammack was furious, right? I don't want to die. So she says that she had to pull up the letter of the law because she was unable to get in touch with Florida Governor Ron DeSantis. And she showed the doctors, and after some back and forth, she did manage to convince them to finally give her the shot that would effectively terminate the ectopic pregnancy, thereby saving her life. But she came close to dying because of the law that her own party passed. So you would think, perhaps having this eye-opening first-hand experience, holy hell, I'm almost going to die because of what my political party did, you would think she'd have an awakening, right? Maybe she saw the error of her alleged pro-life ways and realized that this law was very dumb and needed to go away. Well, no. Please, I have to say this all the time. Don't have any faith in Republicans to learn anything. They don't learn. Even when it directly affects them, they don't learn. Because what did Cammack do? She didn't come out and say that we need to change the law or that Republicans were wrong on the issue. She blamed Democrats. She almost died because of her party's law, and she blamed the Democrats. Because she said, quote, "It was absolute fear-mongering at its worst." Claiming that because Democrats were out there saying that if doctors perform abortion services, they'll go to jail, which is true under the law, by the way. She says that fear-mongering is what caused the doctors to not want to operate on her. Even though we have seen in states across the country that have, put in these abortion bans, doctors have been charged. Nobody's been convicted yet. Some of them have been charged. Some of them have been threatened with lawsuits by the state. It's happening. Doctors are being persecuted and prosecuted for doing what Cammack wanted them to do for her. But nope, it's the Democrats' fault. And she continued, "There will be some comments like, well, thank God we have abortion services, even though what I went through wasn't an abortion." Technically by the letter, yes, it was. They performed a procedure to end a pregnancy in order to save your life, sure. But you can try to sugarcoat it and act like, no, I didn't have an abortion. Yes, you did. By definition, you did. And it saved your life. The legislation here in the state of Florida and in nearly every other state that's passed it does not define ectopic pregnancy. If the doctors had just performed this procedure, they could have been charged. They absolutely could have been, and likely would have been. But because it was with a lawmaker who, kind of maybe has some strings to pull, they're not going to be charged. Thank God. But how many other women are going through this right now? You found it at 5 weeks. Florida has a 6-week ban. What if you had found it a week later? 5 days later? What if you'd found it a month later? Huh? Would you be telling the same story then? Would you even be alive to tell the story? That's the point. Your party did this to you, not the Democrats. Don't blame them. Don't blame fear-mongering. Don't blame the doctors. Blame your party because this is 100% their fault. Thanks for watching, everybody. And if you're not already, please subscribe to the channel. We got fresh content every day for you. And if you want to follow us across social media, make sure you check out all of the social links that we have posted in the description of this video.